Well, hello, everybody. Let me put my wonderful face up there. Hi, everybody. Gotta get rid of that video. Sure why it's running in background. So there you go. We are back again for another. Oh no, I got echo in my voice. I got echo, but I don't think you guys are hearing it, so that's fine. Anyway, still having problems with our good old video, or audio on should say. So there we go. We are on. Oh, look at that! I've got the wrong video. I got the wrong thing up there. I got GT3 Championship up there for a video. Anyway, it's the hypercars today. And we are at Bahrain, WEC. Still not sure what WEC stands for, but that's fine. The race, you'll notice we've added we've added a number of tracks to the season so that the season ends at the same time as our other series. So we've got 8 races today. So let me get right into the. I'm going to look at the standings today. Let me just get that going for you. Hang right on here. There we go. There are the standings for 2 races. Brian Murray, who is not racing today, so that is going to change the standings significantly because him and Nick Newcomb each have a single race win. So that's going to change. Steve Young is in 3rd place, so Nick Newcomb is in 3rd place. Jeremy's in 4th. Michael McLennan's in 5th, Uwe Toland in 6th, Michel Benchaya in 7th, and there's the rest of the guys. Not everybody has raced every race. We are, so let me change that up here to put something else. Where am I? Big intro and my face. So there we go. That's our race today. So Bahrain today. We're doing it in the daytime. Nighttime was suggested because it's such a great track to watch at night. But let's get right to the game, or the race, I should say. Hang on. Let me put it up here. Just a little bit of a change here. There we go. There is our race and our podium. Again, we don't have timing on replays for whatever reason. I won't be able to see the gaps. So there is our podium. Steve Young in 1st place. Nick Newcomb in 2nd. Michael McLennan in 3rd. No, Uwe Tolan in 4th. Michel Benchaya in 5th. Jeremy Arbas in 6th, Lee Ellis in 7th, Mike Molesky, that is me, in 8th, and Eric Langlois in 9th. So let's just get right to it here. Let me get started. We're getting good volumes for the game. Okay, then we just start off here coming around in formation. Hoping the sound looks good on the video, looks good on the audio. They're gonna come around the corner, find some good. There's a good view. Still think the graphics on LMU is just unbelievable. There we go, and we are racing. Let's find a good camera angle for us to see the first corner. It looks like Benchaya kind of makes a play here for, Steve Young, yes. Newcomb beat Young for 1st place, first corner. There we go. and pretty clean. Oh, look at that. There's McLennan and Benchaya going at it. I know that they're almost 3 wide. Jeremy's taking it to Benchaya too, so Benchaya's lost a number of places there. Let's see what's going on at the front. We've got Newcomb is in first place, followed by Uwe. Gonna get some good views here. Oh, it looks like we lost somebody. Hang on. Did we lose somebody? Hang on. Let me get a better camera. Better camera angle. This system is a little weird. Let me go on the car here. Hopefully the cars change. Oh, it looks like we lost somebody. Hang on. Did we lose somebody? Just let me check here. No. Yes, we did. Hang back here. Just go back a little bit. Here we go. Let's find a good view. That is Michael McLennan in the red Ferrari. Oh, didn't know if he tapped him or not, but he just went around, and then somebody in the blue car. So there, sorry, I found that finally. Anyway, let's get back to the front. Let's get on board with Steve Young here. He is watching, here's watching him look at Newcomb. Oh, you can hear his ABS kick in there. So yeah, I'm going to have to watch to see where all the battles are because I can't really tell. Here I'm battling with Mr. Ellis. Ellis was that blue car that got just nicked McLennan. There's Langlois. Back to Steve here. I see Uwe is in behind there. It looks like Jeremy's on top of Uwe. 30-minute race. No pit stops. This seems to be the best way to watch this race, as usual. There he is. Look at this. There's Jeremy trying to make a play here. Up at the front, Steve is still no, they're like that. I get in the cockpit here. Oh, there is the inputs. So Steve is sticking with Newcomb. He is sticking with him. There's that corner where you just lay up a little bit. Oh, lay off the throttle. Don't need to brake. Brake hard. Big hairpin, right-hand hairpin. Look at that. Just turn your wheel right around there. Doesn't seem like there's a steering angle setting on the these cars, so you really have to turn them sharp. There's a nice another sharp corner. All right, and looks like Jeremy is still on Uwe. Everybody's still in touch with each other, and I'm falling behind Alice. McLennan is probably coming up on me. We'll watch that one, but let's stay with Nick and Steve Young here. Whoa, he locked up his brakes. I noticed I locked my brakes up a few times, and by the end of the race, you felt a slight vibration, so it does do flat spots, LMU. You do get flat spots on your tires. Uwe's sticking with the leaders here. And so is Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy's falling a little bit behind. I see Benchaya in his rearview mirror there. Not much happening there. Oh, looks like McLennan just went by me. Let me back up just slightly here, and I'll get on with McLennan. He had that trouble. And I went wide, and then I went really wide. I'm just going to let him by, I think. As Michael's a much faster racer than I am, so driver than I am, so no use fooling around here too much. I'd let him go by right here. And there he goes. Let's say Steve's fallen behind slightly, which means that Uwe's probably caught up with Steve, and yet that is the case. Let me see what kind of other views we can find. It's kind of a helicopter view, isn't it? Yeah. We'll leave it on that view. Let's see where Steve is compared to the views. The camera views are a little tight. Can't really see the other guys. That's not really a helicopter view. Oh, this is the helicopter view here. No, that's a weird view. That's a cockpit view. Oh, that's a passenger view, that one. Just see what other views they have. Oh, I know, I'll leave it there. We're on board with Steve Young. He's falling behind. Nick Newcomb is pulling away on him. I don't see any lap times information. I don't see anything on this replay mode. Hopefully, once the game gets going, they'll have better replay stuff, information, statistics, etc. And sorry, Brian, I didn't get to the. I noticed you were looking for a replay there. I didn't get to it fast enough. I got a little tired, and I ended up watching a baseball game. Baseball season has started, so my Blue Jays are currently ahead 5-2. So let's just see if Jeremy's fallen behind a little bit. Michelle Benchaya is sort of catching up to Jeremy. Lee Ellis is quite a ways back, as is Michael McClellan. And there I'm falling behind McClellan, and so Eric is quite a ways behind me. Later on, I got tired of just doing laps, so I slowed down and let, sorry Eric, I wasn't playing with you there. I slowed down and let Eric pass me just so we could have some fun racing with each other. Eric had a little bit slower lap times than I had. So I figured, hey, it'd be fun to, I knew I wasn't going to pass the next guy, so I wanted to have some racing, so I slowed down and saw if I could pass you. Oh, it looks like Steve's caught up with Nick a little bit here. And Uwe's not that far behind, so we got a fair amount of racing going on here. And it looks like Michelle Benchai has caught up with Jeremy. These two men know each other. They're both from Montreal. And they are the founders of the league, if you didn't know that. Michelle Benchaya and Jeremy Arobas. So those two guys are at it. So I'll follow between these two. We are 9 minutes into the race. 30-minute race, as I said before. Steve is in a Ferrari. What is Nick in? Nick is in a Toyota. Jeremy's in a Porsche, I know that. And Michelle is in a Porsche also. Did I get that right? Is he in a Porsche? Yes, he is. Okay, well, McLennan is catching up to Ellis. Steve is just sticking like glue to Newcomb. Uwe's fallen behind a little bit. Let's see how Benchai is doing on... he's doing very well. He's doing very well. So we got some battles going on here. We only got 9 drivers, but since they're... a lot of them are similar lap times, we get some racing here. These guys are not that far behind the leaders. We don't have a Murray today, and look up ahead there. Looks like Uwe is caught up with Steve. Oh, maybe I saw this. It was Steve on Newcomb. All right, so this is for first place here. Looks like we're going to have a battle all the way through. We are going to keep this going for a while. Is McLennan catching Ellis? Yes, he is. So we've got 3 battles going on here. It's like Newcomb pulled out a little bit of a lead. You can really hear the ABS kick in on that Ferrari, if that is indeed the ABS or just the way it sounds. Excuse me. On braking, I don't see an ABS indicator on the HUD there, so Oh, Benchaya's all over Jeremy. Jeremy's feeling the pressure big time. And how is McLennan? McLennan is catching up with Ellis, so he's feeling that too. We're going to keep... So we got 3 battles going on here. Isn't that exciting? And let's go out to Steve again. Oh, I finally figured out what happened to why I was getting an echo in my ears. That was because I still had the volume on the window for following the window oh, he locked up the brakes there, Steve did. I love the cockpit view. It's such a nice view of the cockpit and what the driver is seeing. So this is the Ferrari steering wheel. There's the Porsche steering wheel, minus the tire pressures, I think, etc. And let's see if McLennan's caught up to Ellis. Yes, he has. So we got some great battles here. Whoops. Put my microphone on mute there for a second. Let's keep it going here. Steve, Benchaya, and McLennan. They're all just keeping in touch with the guys ahead of them. And I see these leaders are at the end of this straight, so the 4th and 5th are probably only 5 seconds behind 1st and 2nd. Not even that, probably 3 or 4 seconds behind. Oh, Benchaya really had a late break there, and off the different braking point. I think this is where he catches up, but he can't get ahead of Jeremy. Oh, McLennan's really putting the pressure on Ellis now. Get tired of the same view, but it's obvious it's the nicest view actually. Depth perception's a little tougher there, but we'll put it on there and keep. Ooh, it looks like Lee went sideways there a little bit, and McLennan's all over him now. McLennan he smells blood. He smells blood. Let's see what views we can find here. Gee, McLennan's got sparks coming off the front of his car. And let's just keep in touch with all these other... You see the sparks coming off the front of that Ferrari. Steve and Nick looks like... go back to the cockpit for a second. He's fallen behind slightly. Let's see how Benchaya is doing on Jeremy. He's fallen behind. Looks like this is the closest one now. No, McLennan's fallen a little bit further behind too. Just watch McLennan. He has sparks coming off the front of his car sometimes. He's got a lot of downforce on that front. Let's watch it a little bit longer here. If you can see that again. See it right there on that left-hand side. It's a lot of downforce, isn't it? There's Steve. See how far behind he is. He's not that far behind, but he is behind. Does that mean Uwe is caught up? No. And it looks like Benchaya is falling a little bit behind Jeremy. But Michael McLennan is not. Well, he's falling behind a little bit too. So they're spreading out just slightly. But McLennan has a way deeper break than... Woo! He's just about lost it there. Let's take a quick peek at that. Just take a quick peek at that. I'm going to go back just slightly, find a better view. There, let's take a look at what happened to Michael. He fixed it just a little hard on the throttle. Almost lost it. He almost went sideways. That is a good save. That is a good save. All right, what is Benchaya is falling behind slightly. Oh, here we can do something here. I let Eric get by me here. I just stopped on the straight. He was about 5 seconds behind. So I said, I'm tired of lapping. He's probably tired of lapping too. So I hope, Eric, I hope you didn't figure I was toying with you. I wanted to get some racing in. I thought you'd like some action too. So we'll keep an eye on that, because I do pass you a little bit later. But there, Steve is still not getting ahead of Nick. Caught up a little bit. Does he catch up on this corner? Yes, he does. There's Jeremy. Oh, sorry, I have Michelle on Jeremy. Actually, Jeremy's catching Uwe a little bit here. And McLennan and Ellis. So, all right, so this is what we've got. I've got probably the best race going right now. So I had about a second on Eric. I don't think Eric has done. I'm just going to check LMU. Eric raced last time, but he's only raced once. Glad to see you're in the same slot as me, Eric. No, I'm so slow compared to everybody else. So I was a little bit better on this track than others, even though I didn't practice very much. I just, as you probably know, I drove 2,800 kilometers in 2 days to go from Arizona to Edmonton, Alberta. And oh, look at this, they're very close. And I was trying to beat out a snowstorm. So it was 35 degrees C, or about 95 in Arizona when I left. And a snowstorm was fast approaching the province of Alberta. So we had to get there in 2 days. I got here and it snowed been snowing for 2 days. We've got 30 centimeters of snow, so that's about 1.5 feet of snow today. So the snow was all gone, but we had a late snowstorm, so I just made it home in time. McLennan on Ellis is heating up again. This is me and Eric having some fun. Eric is in A. I'll check with him in a second. Eric went a little wide there. This is where I catch him. This is where I catch him. There we go. Let's see if he can catch me. Oh, I locked up on my brakes. And then he go onto the gravel, but just enough grip. You gotta be careful when you go off track. These cars sometimes slide. And let's go down to our battles again. There's Steve chasing Nick. And Jeremy's almost caught up with Uwe. Michelle Benchaya, they're all about 2 or 3 seconds apart. And it looks like McLennan passed Lee at some point. So let's just find out where that happened. That is still ahead. Okay, that's where it happened. Let's get on board with McLennan and see where that happened. And what happened with Lee? Did Lee go wider? Oh, Lee went sideways for a second. Oh, let's go back and catch that again. With this, it's right here. He just goes sideways just for a second. And McLennan came very close to hitting him. Now they're back side by side almost. Lee is trying to make up the ground. Let's get on board with Lee. Right here. Now we're going to see a battle here because Lee's got good pace on McLennan. Ooh, he's having some trouble there. A little bit wonky on the throttle. He is in the Cadillac. So this is a different cockpit. There we go. You see a nice view of his steering wheel. I'm going to go through the battles again. We are 10 minutes to go. 20 minutes in. There's Jeremy. Michelle is catching up slightly. How is Lee doing? Is McLennan going to pull away? Lee has a little bit of a funny way of getting into that corner. I love the way this game has bugs. You see the windshield's getting dirty there on Lee. This Cadillac sounds quite different, doesn't it? Very quiet compared to, let's see, the Ferrari and the Porsche. Yes, that's very quiet. Lee is not catching up to McLennan. So Steve has fallen a little bit behind Nick. So if things stay the same, Nick is going to jump into first place, and Steve's in third, so he'll stay. He'll probably jump into second place. Brian will be... Oh, I don't know. Steve has a second place finish. Oh, Steve is continually braking and locking up, whereas I don't know that Nick is. Let's just get on board with Nick. We haven't done anything with him. Let's see how he's doing. And he is in a Toyota, so that one sounds a lot different, doesn't it? Barely hear it. It must be a battery car, because once he gets really slow, the engine cuts out. Right there, for example. Then the engine cuts back in again. That's similar to what the Porsche does. Now let's just see if Lee is locking his brakes. There, yeah, he locked them up slightly there too. All right, let's just find out what's going on here. Lee and Benchaya. Oh, McLennan got by Benchaya. Okay, let's just see what happened here. Right here. Let's back up slightly. Right here. And get on board with McLennan. How did McLennan catch up so fast? Did Benchaya have an issue? Let's follow with Benchaya. Let's get on with him here. Must have had an issue, because, yeah, he's quite far ahead. Whoa, there's the issue right there. Big spin, but he caught it enough. Look at that. A beautiful job recovering. And then McLennan right up behind him. Let's see if he passes him right here, or it's a little bit later. So Benchaya and Ellis is not that far behind. McLennan can feel it. He can feel it. Let's see how he gets by Michel. Side by side, a little tap there. That little tap slowed Benchaya down a little bit more. McLennan is going to take it. Look at that, side by side into this corner. McLennan's the late breaker when he needs to be, and there he goes. There it is. And Benchaya tries to catch up, and he can't. And he can't. Look at that. There we go. We caught another pass. Let's just see if Benchaya is able to keep up with and or pass Michel. He had better lap times, obviously. He was ahead of him. But McLennan was in last place, or pretty close to last place. He's recovered. He's the hard charger of the day in that Ferrari. Michel is in a Porsche. He's going to give a good battle. Let's just keep an eye on Steve. Ooh, Steve went wide there. Oh, almost lost it. Watch out, Steve. That's slippery there. Jeremy is catching up with Uwe, actually. Uwe must have had a problem. But let's just keep on. So all sorts of action here. We are... Woo! Michel almost caught him there. He knows where he can pass him now. Oh yeah, definitely Benchaya has got the advantage here on McLennan. He had to avoid a break there. Let's see, Steve is quite far behind, but Jeremy's slowly catching up. I think this is going to be the race here, right here. This is going to be the race. Oh, Benchaya has fallen behind slightly. Just see what happens after this 7th gear. Big break about 160 meters from the corner. Catch that apex nicely. Just a little throttle. Oh, I didn't realize you could cut that corner so much. I'll remember that for the next time. Their track limits are quite generous in this game right at this point. But Michelle catches up to McLennan on that corner. This corner is very easy to go too fast on. Let's see if Michelle catches up here. Yes, he does. What about on the exits? Not really. Make sure I don't miss anything happening. Go back through the field again. Steve is still there. Jeremy's right on top of Uwe. All right, we got a battle now. Let's watch Jeremy. I can't stay away from this cockpit view. I can do this though, the wing view. There's Jeremy. This will make you sick. This kind of view. Get a nice sounding of the engine too on this. This is BMW. I forgot that Uwe's on a BMW. And let's see how Benchaya is doing on McLennan. This is a Ferrari. Oh, Benchaya went wide. He's losing. He's pushing a little too hard, I think. So let's go with Uwe and Jeremy. There was a little lock up there on Uwe. And Nick can't see Steve. So it looks like Nick's got a lock up here. We've only got about 5 or 6 minutes left to go. Whoops. Well, let's get on board with Jeremy. Oh, he's really caught up with Uwe. Did Jeremy take a better care of his tires or something? Either that or Uwe's got lots of fuel and Jeremy's got his fuel calculation down to a science. Oh, there's a lockup on Uwe's part. No lockup for Jeremy. Now you see that little indicator left of Jeremy's hands. That is ABS and traction control. Let's see the ABS here. There's ABS. And maybe it's just ABS. It is an indicator though. Jeremy's really got that corner right on the edge. Oh, Uwe went a little wide there. Lost a bit of traction. Jeremy's catching up slightly. Make sure we're not missing any battles after this corner. I'll go back and see what's going on in the field. Jeremy catch up here. Is in the Porsche. Uwe's in a BMW. There's Steve Young. He is not in touch with Nick Newcomb, Benchaya and Ellis. I guess Ellis on McLennan. Oh, what are we looking at here? Who is this? This is Ellis. Where is McLennan? Looks like Ellis had another problem. Or am I mixed up here, or this was the battle all along? All right, so the battle is definitely between Uwe and Jeremy got by Uwe. Oh, well, we got to find out where that happened. Okay, let's back up just slightly more. There is Jeremy. Let's get a better view. Boom. That Jeremy's got lots of downforce. Oh, Uwe locked up. Jeremy goes. Uwe had a little bit of a twitch there. Is there a slow motion here? Yes, there is. Let's just watch that in slow motion, folks. And I get a better view. Get a better view here. Oh, I can't tell. There, that's a better view. And Uwe coming around this corner. Ooh, that's really slow. But there's just some sort of a little glitch there that he has. Oh, just overcooked it on the entry. I think he hits the curb. No, that's just hit the... Look at that. He's also got his front wing going down. Yeah, just over rotates coming out of the curve a little bit. And then does he correct it right away? What is he doing with his steering wheel? Hang on. Let's just back that up just slightly and see what happened here. There's Jeremy going by. Let's watch it at full speed here. See if he is able to correct it. Oh yeah, nice job of correcting it. And Jeremy just zooms by. So that is a late pass. We've only got like 3 or 4 minutes to go. Let's make sure everybody is... Looks like Steve's catching up a little bit with Nick. Nick feels the wind, so he's maybe playing a little bit conservative. There's Uwe going to be trying to get by Jeremy to get back his spot. That is big for Uwe. Uwe is in 5th place, 6th place. Jeremy's in 4th, so that he wants to get ahead of him to catch up in the standings a little bit. Benchaya is close to Ellis. Steve is not going to catch Nick, I don't think. Uwe is trying desperately. And Benchaya on the Ellis. Ooh, Benchaya went... Oh, that's actually a nice corner. Really hit that corner hard. Uwe's catching up to Jeremy a little bit. This might be a battle for the final spot on the podium, actually. Make sure we're not missing anything at the top. No. Uwe and Benchaya. Ellis and McLennan. Ooh, Benchaya and Ellis, I should say. McLennan is out there by himself. This is spicy too. It's going to get spicy near the end. Let's just watch these two battles. Great job there for Uwe in the BMW. BMW has a pretty plain looking steering wheel there. Oh, this is spicy, like I said. Very spicy. With possibly 1 or 2 laps to go. These guys know it. Oh, they're trying hard. Just follow this one along. Here's a corner you can catch up on if you want to risk it. Going wide. Here comes a big hairpin. You go deep. It was a little deeper than Ellis. Comes out of it nicely. Next corner's another one you can cheat a little bit. There he did. But look at that, he went wide. He did cheat. He tried hard to get by him. It didn't work. And Uwe on Jeremy's falling behind. So let's just stick with Benchaya here. Oh, the Cadillac locked up. Let's make sure Steve is there. This might be the end of the race. Looks like we're going to have one more lap. One more lap. One more lap. So Uwe's maybe giving up on that. Benchaya is not going to give up for sure on this. So this is, they're going to pass the start finish line here for the last lap. So this is definitely time to start pushing hard. Whoa, you went deep there, very deep on the Cadillac. Oh, Michelle had a crash right at the end. Oh my Lord, let's go back and look at that. It looks like a tire broke. Let's just see what it looks like. We are on board with Benchaya. In the last lap, he overcooks it on the outbound. Let's just see what happens here. Just tries, hits the curb, unsettles the car a little bit. Boom! And that tire just comes off. All right, well, let's just catch the winners here. There is the Toyota of Nick Newcomb, I believe, somewhere in the British Isles. Forgotten whether it's, well, I won't guess, but Nick Newcomb is our winner today. Let's just follow him along. Not sure which camera angle gives you the best view of the start-finish line. I'll try and find it. What a go, Nick. Great job. Oh, back there. Oh, that's somebody getting passed by Eric. Eric's getting passed by... So we'll just follow along here. There is the start-finish line right there, I think. That's not a good angle for the start-finish line. I think this is the last lap. There we go. Yep. And Steve Young and Eric Langwaga got lapped. Pretty sure. Is he still racing? Well, I guess we got one more lap to go. But have we got anybody? Uwe is trying to get by Jeremy still. Jeremy locked up. No, that's McLennan back on Uwe. Let's back that one up a little bit. Very locked up. McLennan caught up here to the top. Where is McLennan? He's in 5th place. So he's going to drop back behind Jeremy, I think, because of this finish. That was all about the beginning. Uwe on. So yeah, it's McLennan. He's going to try and get by Uwe to get a few more points. We're going to stick with this because it's so close. I won't go back to the start-finish line. We know McLennan is very aggressive when it gets close to the end. He's going to take a few cracks at Uwe, I think. Someday, Uwe, you'll have to tell me if it's Uwe or Uwe. Send me a note in DM and tell me how you pronounce your first name. Locked up. He locked up. And McLennan's going to take another crack at him here. These are the last few corners. McLennan will go deep, I'm sure. Oh, he couldn't go deep there. Here we go for the last corner. I'm sure this is the last corner. McLennan will try one more time. He gets a pretty good exit. I don't think it's going to happen. This is going to be our finish, I think. Yes, it is. McLennan saves his engine. So that is our race. Nick Newcomb in first place. He will jump into first place in the standings because of that. And Steve Young will take over second place in the standings. And that will drop Brian probably into third, Brian Murray. He'll be back next week, I'm sure. Jeremy had a great finish, third. Let me just see Jeremy's. That ties his best last race. He was third. Uwe Tuolen is fourth. Uwe, that's his last race, was his best race, fourth also. Michael McLennan in fifth. Michael had a fourth in the first race. Lee Ellis is in sixth. Lee Ellis was sixth in the last race. Mike Molesky was seventh. And Mike Molesky, he was seventh last race. Anyway, Michel Benchaya, with that crash near the end, is going to drop down quite a bit. He was in seventh place. And he's already had his worst finish knocked out. So that's going to drop him in the standings. So that is it for the race today. at Bahrain in Emirates, I believe that is. So next week is Fuji Classic, the classic Fuji track. Fuji is the track, and it's the classic iteration of that. So that's next week, and we will see you at that time. So have a nice week. Get back on track, and remember, simulation racing is a sport, so that makes us athletes. Bye.